everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Paola and today I am interviewing the amazing Adiba. So Adiba, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about your book?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today. So I'm Adiba Jaigirdar. I am the author of The Henna Wars, but my upcoming book is Hani and ISHU'S Guide to Fake Dating. So this is the cover. And if you look at Paola, you can see she has her makeup done to match the cover, which is super cool. So Honey and Issue's Guide to Fake Dating is about these two girls who decide to fake date. One of them because her friends invalidate her bisexuality. So she's trying to prove that she actually is bisexual to them. And the other person because she's trying to become head girl in her school in order to impress her parents. But as their fake dating turns into something real, they need to figure out if they're willing to make a few sacrifices in order to get their happily ever after.
I love fake dating. It is my absolute favoriteest trope ever, especially in YA. I don't know. I feel like the stakes are a little higher because as teenagers, we think that the world is going to be over if I don't prove to my friends that I am actually bisexual, if I don't prove to my parents that I can be head girl. So, I love it. So, who did you write this book for?
So I think every single book I write, I kind of try to write it for my younger self because that I think when you do that, you are kind of being very sincere, being writing a very honest book. So I guess first and foremost, I'm writing it for my younger self. But also, I really wrote this book for Bengali people because the book actually features two Bengali main characters. One of them is Bangladeshi Bengali, and the other one is Indian Bengali. Um, and I actually even dedicated the book to Bengali kids because for me, this is a very Bengali book. So I hope that when Bengali people read it, they can feel seen by it.
I love that. I think that's very powerful. And I think with both of your books, you really show who your audience is. And I love that. I think that's not just powerful, but also it makes it very intentional.
Thank you. I'm really glad to hear that.
So what were some themes you knew you wanted to explore from the start and which kind of snuck up on you as you did revisions and edits and stuff?
So definitely from the beginning of the book, I knew that I wanted to kind of talk about like bisexuality and like biphobia. That was obviously a very important theme. And also like I wanted to explore like family relationships and like parental acceptance, especially in South Asian families, how it can like differ from family to family, and just like South Asian diversity in general. But then I think the theme of like toxic friendship, I didn't necessarily go into the book feeling like I was going to explore that. And actually, after I wrote the book, so I wrote the book in 30 days. I wrote it very, very fast. And I actually pantsed the whole thing. I didn't plan anything in advance. So then like after I wrote the book, I was like, oh, like I don't really understand why I ended up writing this book so fast. And I kind of realized the reason was because I had had so many like toxic friendships in my life. And I think writing the book, and I didn't realize while I was doing it, but writing the book was almost like therapeutic. It was a way for me to kind of talk about those issues and just like deal with it through these characters. So yeah, toxic friendship was definitely something that snuck up on me actually while I was writing the book. And during revisions, I think the biggest theme that kind of snuck up was this idea that when you migrate and you are in a place where you don't necessarily have access to your community, you have a very different relationship to your religion or your culture because of these things. So that was just like kind of a subplot that snuck in there that I hadn't really thought about before, but I'm really glad that I got to explore it.
I love that. I love hearing about these things that writers had in mind and then some things that just came to life. And also, oh my God, you pants the whole thing? That is incredible. If Hani and Ishu's romance had a soundtrack, what songs would be on it?
So I actually have an entire like Spotify playlist for Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. So I would recommend, if anybody's watching this and they're interested, to go to my website and you can check that out. I had a look at the playlist right before I joined here, but now I've forgotten every song on it. But I think there's like a bunch of like Lauv and stuff because I think his music is like it really works for like rom-coms. But one specific song that I think really, really belongs on like the soundtrack is Paris in the Rain, because in the book, obviously there's like a bunch of like scenes in the rain. And I think I just listened to that song a lot when I was writing those scenes.
That is so wholesome. See, I love YA. I love YA romance, fake dating. I love it. I will leave a link to Adiba's website down below, as well as the links to pre-order the book, so you can check that out there, and you don't have to pause the interview. So I have some rapid fire questions for you. I guess you already answered this one, but are you a plotter or a pantser?
I actually didn't answer this because I am not, you would think I'm a pantser, but I'm actually not a pantser. I'm also not a plotter. I'm kind of, I don't really know what I am. I'm like all of the things at once because I pants the Henna Wars, I pants Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. My next two books are completely like plotted out. And I'm like working off outlines. So I'm like everything at once. I'm just like whatever feels like is right for the book, I do that.
You're divergent. You're all the things. You're
Yes,
divergent.
exactly.
Paperbacks or hardbacks?
Paperbacks.
Yes. Thank you. Um, a book you want everyone to read?
Oh, this is such a difficult question. There are so many, but I'm gonna say Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Jura Goffney, which is out May 4th, because like it's amazing. And I think if you enjoy Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating, like you will love Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry, because I think it has like similar like thematic elements. But it's fantastic. It's so good. It's honestly one of the best rom-coms I've ever read. I cannot recommend it
Ooh.
highly enough.
Wow. Okay. You heard Adiba. You heard it here first. Should books be judged by their covers?
They shouldn't be, but I think they're always going to be. I guess like I'm happy that books are judged by their covers because I think my book covers are really nice. So once I get an ugly book cover, I guess I will change my answer.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. That would be totally fair. What's your purpose in life?
Oh my God. I feel like this question is going to give me like an existential crisis. I don't know what my purpose in life is. That's a very difficult question to answer, but I will say my purpose in life, like I guess as a writer or an author, is to hopefully, help people read stories that um, they may not necessarily have had before. Because, when I was a teen, I barely had any stories that reflected who I was. So, I just want to write those stories that, help people maybe connect with themselves or connect with other people, and maybe hopefully help people be seen.
I love that. That's amazing. I think you're doing it already. So,
Thank you.
so as I said, fake dating is my favorite trope ever, 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 like for real. So, if you had to fake date an author friend of yours, who would it be, and what would be the trading?
Okay. So I think like again, I also love the fake dating trope. So I feel like I would be up for fake dating like anyone. But I would say I would love to fake date Gabriela Martins. And her book, Like a Love Song, is out, I think, August 3rd. And the reason for it is because obviously Gabby's book is also like a fake dating book. So I feel like it would be like a very good like promotional opportunity for both of us. It'd be perfect.
I love that. I love that. I love that answer. And I also love Gabby. So
Yeah, me too.
you're onto something.
maybe we need to get on that.
Yeah, you absolutely do. Part of the pre-order campaigns for your books should be getting exclusive content into your relationship or something. So, to finish off, tell us about your upcoming projects. You had a couple of books announced, so Tell us all about them.
Yes. So in 2022, I have a book called A Million to One, which is actually a little bit different from what I've worked on so far. It's a historical novel, and it's basically about these four girls who board the Titanic in order to steal this rare, expensive, like jewel encrusted collection of poems called the Rubaiyat. And yeah, it's been really interesting to kind of like diverge from rom-coms and write like a historical. I've always wanted to write a historical, so I love that I'm getting the chance to like do that. I'm very excited to share that with people. Currently, I'm revising it, so I kind of hate it a little bit right now, but hopefully that'll change soon. And then in 2023, I have my third rom-com, which is called Don't Not Fall in Love. And it's about this girl called Shirin who has just recently broken up with her ex-girlfriend. And then she joins this Great British Bake Off style like baking show, reality baking show, which is called the Junior Irish Bake Off. No, Junior Irish Baking Show. That's what it's called. And while she's in this competition, she's competing against her ex, who she's not quite over. And she's also competing against this new girl who she's kind of developing some feelings for. So yeah, there's, a lot going on in this baking show. And I'm actually currently writing it, and I've been really enjoying like writing it and writing about like all of this like baking things and reality TV show and just a chaotic like kind of love triangle between three girls. So it's been very fun.
Oh my goodness, that sounds incredible. I am so on board with all of it. I cannot wait for your Titanic historical fiction and also the Donut Fall in Love. Holy crap! Like, Adiba, you have the best ideas. Everybody, drop whatever it is you're doing and read Adiba's books already. I'm just so excited for Hani and Issues Guide to Fake Dating to be out in the world and for all of your next books. I think you're doing amazing. You're one of those authors that whenever you pop on my TL, my heart gets warm. I really do appreciate you and I love your presence both like on page and on my screen, I guess, on social media. So thank you for doing what you do, and thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for, inviting me to do this interview. And, I have to reciprocate some of that love you gave me, because when you show up on my timeline, I also get really happy because, you're an amazing blogger, and I love that you're always, supporting diverse authors and diverse books and, speaking up. So thank you for doing everything that you do.
Thank you. Thank you. That makes me very, very happy. It really warms my heart. So thank you everyone else for watching. Don't forget to pre-order Honey and Issues Guide to Fake Dating. I will leave the links down below. I will also leave links to Adiba's website and her socials. And yeah, if you haven't already and you'd like to, go ahead and hit subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.